Naga was picked into Morphling for a reason, but I'm just afraid. You know, I'm scarred. I'm scarred of the Kanda Morphling.
I can hear some trauma coming in from your voice.
Honestly, like when you play Dota and you get scarred by a certain hero, you're like, okay, let's see how this goes. You know, you're reluctant to go against a hero that feels completely in the meta.
Well, you're going to get your answer soon in this game. Is it going to be the Morphling or the Naga in this carry-to-carry matchup to take the win? It's... And talking about carry-to-carry, which is really a thing in today's Dota, or actually, it's not a thing in today's Dota, which you look at, because there's so many moving pieces around the game. A few years back, you could still look at, okay, we've got the better carry. If we just hit our timings, we're going to win. Like, you could say that applied to maybe 65 to 70% of the games where the carry-to-carry matchup would define the game. It's been like that for a very long time now.
Yeah, of course. It's just like when I'm talking about Naga to Morphling, I'm just talking about answers. Who's like
oh yeah, obviously. I'm not not neglecting that at all. I totally agree. It's a good perspective as well to kind of bring into.
Yeah. What do you think about the smoke? Can they do anything? Probably not.
I think it's a bit too late for it. Maybe the Morphling could get surprised, but it's Monet.
Lou? Yo, Lou! Okay, if he micros the way he just microed, they lost. He was sitting, by the way, he was literally sitting on top of a bounty rune, but he was too busy microing his illusions. Baboka just came in.
That's unacceptable.
He saw him for literally 4 seconds. He was on the minimap. Like, and he took his bounty. I mean, it happens. Whatever.
That happens from time to time. At least, I mean, it's weird how it says, like, Luz actually denied the bounty, and then Baboka has picked up another, so, it is what it is.
Okay, so he denied the different one on the other side of the map, so that's what happened. He denied one with the illusion. Okay, I didn't see that, so I forgave him 50%.
It's like, we can give you something back for it. But yeah, basically, when we're looking at this laning stage, I think we might be off to, I would love to say, a calm start, but it's always calm before the storm, right? The Silencer is way too far out in the lane, but JT has to use his charge for a quick poke here onto him. And if they can get Jian Ming with the Blood Grenade, they're committing to it.
They can kill him.
And this is definitely going to be the jukes there, but the right-click damage coming out from Baboka, and first blood for IG. Or G2.iG.
I feel like he had the block there on the illusions, but it was hard to keep him in spot. Yeah, nicely done by them. It's a kill lane. Naga and Silencer, I mean, they need to poke hard to this lane properly, because I feel that JT and Grimstroke might just have a good time up here.
While FY is trying to bully X-Nova a bit there with his creep pulling in the bottom lane. There's much work that he can possibly do to make boss lane easier on this Magnus.
Yeah, it's a single pull, right? So all you have to do as a position 4 on offlane here is make sure that the creep wave dies. Not the creep wave, the creep camp dies.
Creep camp,
so that they continue pushing, so that your offlane gets more farm. Single pulls. Meh, you know, not great. Unless it's a Ghost Lady, then it kills your whole wave.
Yeah, Ghost Lady is powerful. Never underestimate. CS has at least been divided pretty evenly on every lane at the moment. Mid is also very even with 15 on Ori, 13 on Pango. But then again, I think we are again looking at when are we going to leave Naga alone in this top lane for the Silencer to rotate to help out in mid? And then there's the threat of the techies, which is the big one.
Yeah.
Fighting for the Lotus here. Nice little jump into steal. Nothing the Phoenix can do about it.
Can you dive snatch it? You can't. I actually never tried.
Me neither.
You probably should
about
be
this
able
thought
to.
now.
I think you can, like anything else that you channel with Phoenix.
Because I don't play Phoenix at all,
Yeah.
so I haven't actually seen that.
You can. I'm fairly certain. But yeah, this rotations from Azure that you mentioned probably should come from FI and techies. As a silencer, there isn't too much you can do on the map, like some slows that you're bringing.
Yeah, and you're trying to slow down a Pango. You can just swashbuckle away.
Yeah.
You'd have to get Ori to bait swashbuckle from nothing to say, and it's got to be a very heavy commitment to actually get him to use that ability.
Yeah, you can always do some rune control, right? Like that's something that you can do. FY almost denies the water rune. If he pulled just a bit earlier, could have done it.
I do have to say, after watching NA, it feels like this is a much more calm game, a much more sophisticated Chinese Dota game. Because what I just saw, like, literally an hour ago, was you're leading 5k net worth at 10 minutes, and then you throw it away in 3 minutes. To 13 minutes, it's back to even, and then you're already leading by 3k 2 minutes after, and it's like, what the hell's going on here? It's like, all over the place.
That's the beauty of NA Dota. My pubs look sophisticated in comparison to NA
It
Dota,
reminded me of last year, like exactly a year ago, when you and I were casting NA Division 2. That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, NA not really in the best shape, but that's where they thrive. I feel like that's where you have to worry about NA the most, when everyone forgets them and they look like they're completely out of it. But yeah, we'll see how the teams fare.
So basically what my point is the privilege of casting Chinese Dota, watching these great teams fare up against each other. As Ori being bullied by nothing to say, he's going to commit for the dive. Does get hit by the chains, just get the swashbuckle out. But Ori on the receiving end, he's pondering, do I stay or do I leave? Bounty rune in 30 seconds, power rune in 30 seconds.
He wants to get level 6 before he leaves, you know, like you want to defend the tower, use Remnant, TP base, come back. That's the general idea, and that's why they're bringing 2 more heroes.
Silencer here, FY here, yeah, they bring in all the numbers. Ult. They're just going to protect that power rune. It's going to be split top to bottom 50-50. Top or bottom, Lizard?
Top. Ori has
Yes,
luck.
sir. That's a haste for him.
Go. I knew it.
And they can fight this even. They've got the Grimstroke caught on the spot. FY with the jump. Avoka dropped low. Nothing to say. Coming in with the Rolling Thunder. Techi's pushed to the high ground as FY finds his positioning finally there. Baboka does get killed off by Ori. Finally taking down FY, but Ori with a haste rune, able to move back to the Phoenix, and a double kill for the Ember.
He got the best rune possible. He gets the haste. The moment you get the haste, that's a double kill right there. And he gets the 6 after they rotated in, so really nice for Ori. Gets a bottle refill too. Nothing to say as well, of course, but I love how the game has shifted to mid lane completely.
The big playmakers coming out from nothing to say on Ori with these heroes. It's a big importance that they don't leave that mid unchecked. Every other side lane is just basically enjoying the farm. JT also pretty well with this Spirit Breaker. I don't really worry too much about Lu. 44 and the Naga. Bottom lane as well is Bach actually ahead of Monet by a little bit.
Johann Sebastian on the bottom lane.
Sebastian Bach, yes. Artist.
Yes.
Faith beyond, he's an artist himself.
Artist on Magnus. That's how good he plays. I've heard of him.
Yeah, we've all heard of him. If you haven't heard of Bach, if you haven't heard of this Magnus player, you better learn. Might learn something from this game.
What's crazy to me is, okay, Naga is on top of the network, but she is getting ganked right now.
Too far away for FY to jump in, so Ori's going to have to do it the old-fashioned way and just chase and right-click. But yeah, we got a Chanming rotating. Lu does get taken down at the same time, so the Naga falling at the top lane. A very important trade-off as IG losing their Phoenix, baiting 3 heroes, leaving Naga defenseless. Good read.
Yep. So basically, the moment you see Grimstroke moving towards top, you have to understand that they're going to try and get that kill. It's kind of silly how strong Spirit Breaker is into Naga at the moment, even though like historically this hero sucked against her. You just can't do much to illusions, but now he just kills them. He literally just kills the illusions with the charge.
Magnus showing up here is Baboka and X-Nova. Trying to get nothing to say and check. There we go, the chains on 2. RP is available. Going to be dropping it without hesitation. Take down X-Nova and follow it up with Baboka as well. 2 down from IG. Azure Ray happy to take with the RP used for a couple good kills.
Yeah, nothing to say he stole some stacks, but that's not worth it. Like, they're stacking your teammates, you're taking their creep camps.
Yeah, you probably lost like a 300 gold camp and just got almost 500 gold for killing heroes.
Yeah, and you sent them back to base. You also
sent them back to hell.
freed up the map, right? Like there's just so many things that are good for you in that situation. But okay, even though they are killing the supports, the Naga has died once or twice, once on top lane. So that's the silver lining. I feel like if you're IG right now, these 2 supports should play with the Spirit Breaker. Like, he is extremely strong at the moment. Pangolier as well, sure, but some rotations towards the top lane, take that tier 1 tower would be cool.
How much they can establish on the map here. I mean, while fighting for the rune, denied by X-Nova, the region rune, away from this Ember. Again, with an empty bottle. Not too much in panic, though. 4-0 on Ori right now, so this Ember off to a great start. Topping network for the time being. Close to Witchblade. Sorry, Witchblade. Mage Slayer.
Yep, getting really close. Pango as well, getting closer and closer to the defusal. Not there yet, but they are making the move that we talked about. Rotating top. The only problem is Silencer is in the way. Like, yeah, you're gonna kill him, but
yep.
You want the Naga. You didn't want this kill.
Yeah, this is not the one you were looking for, but it's the one you're gonna get. It's Sean Ming. And they're gonna have to work for it for a while, as JT is gonna charge under the tower, forces a raindrop to pop as well from the Silencer as he goes down. X-Nova also chilling around in the area. They've put 4 heroes into the top lane to pressure this. Do we see Azure Ray pressuring bottom? They've got Ori rotating there with Bah. Already farming and pushing the lane, but they're both just going to reveal themselves in the lane. No secrets hidden here.
Got him. And I don't think they will get bottom. This Morphling is a bit harder to zone out. Wait, what's up with Vlad's? Vladimir Zog, okay. So is that the build? That's the build, I guess. Yeah, that's the build, I guess. He went for it.
I mean, I've seen plenty of the Morphlings, but let's see with this global silence. TP's instantly coming en masse on top of the Morphling, but he is already down. JT does get the charge onto 2. Nothing to say, pops the Rolling Thunder. Now just needs to find the connections with his roll, and with a nice combination from the Nether Strike onto Bath, this Magnus is in huge peril. Silencer also warning away. Grimstroke unable to be taken in the hands of Ori. And Xian Ming, he's going to be the casualty of war. JT just charging right past him, pokes him back a bit. Nothing to say with the connection. And now onto Ori they go. They're not done with the chase here. G2 might have lost Monet, but they make them pay.
Yep. I love that charge, by the way. He made sure that Silencer dies, and at the same time he charges the Ember so that he can maybe connect to a different kill, a different play. Ember had too many remnants to work with, so that failed. Overall, nice idea. I like it. I always like it when players are thinking 1 to 2 steps ahead, and usually at this level they are. There's a smoke, by the way. They don't have RP.
Yeah, so blink they do, but no.
They killed Morphling bottom, but they only did it because of silence, right? Like, they had global. They wouldn't be able to do it without it, so I'm not sure they can kill anyone. Okay, this is a kill.
That's the way to do it. You don't need RP if you have the techies with you for the blast off.
Yeah, that's an easier one, but that's also something that you're willing to, you're willing to sacrifice.
Yeah, it's another smoke on support.
Yep.
What I am curious about here is talking about the trusty shovel on Jianming's silencer. Does it still work that Cobalt takes away the tier 2 backdoor protection if there's no creep wave and it's just the Cobalt? It takes it away. Has that been fixed yet?
Something tells me true. It's very misty in my head, but I think it doesn't.
Because that would be pretty sick if we see it in action. And it does manage to take it. It still exists. We had some talks about this a couple days ago.
Lu, missed you, Lu. You are under vision.
And he's being surrounded. Hostiles in every direction. IGG2 bringing in the numbers. Naga doesn't get the Song off in time as he gets hit by Global Silence. Pops the Manta. No mana for Song of the Siren. RP is going to be coming out as well from the tree line. And they're bringing in the numbers on the side of Azure. Lu will fall first. X also being placed in the corner of the fight. And Azure moving away from the distance. Naga is taken down. Last time I lost the Morphling and took a couple with them. How many will they lose now on the other end as they got their RP onto the Pangolier? Nothing to say. He's going to be in trouble. Does get the Swashbuckle out, but not out of the fight itself. And Phoenix is also in peril, and they will take themselves another. So make it a 2-to-1 trade. This time, they get a Pango instead of just the supports traded off for a carry. So this one, bit better for Azure.
Yep. I feel like the biggest playmaker here on IGG2 is the Pangolier. The other two are more greedy at the moment. Spirit Breaker does have a Shadow Blade now too with the Midas. You really want him to not die. You want the Spirit Breaker to be finding as much farm as possible, and so far it's been happening. Morphling as well, not dying, super significant for.
Or you're going to get charged here. Doesn't get the slight, but he's still going to get silenced up and on the spot. Just a little bit more damage, and it's going to be sufficient with the Nether Strike. Big kill going for IGG2. Nothing to say, also stalking Jianming in the mid lane, but the Silencer just a bit too far away. Using the Glyph as well on this creep wave. They've got the Spirit Breaker charging in. JT target. He's going to go for it with this with the Shadow Blade. Silencer already down to half HP. Bach is coming in from the side. No RP available, but he's going to be able to push him back under the tower and trade off a trade off a core as their support gets his life away.
He is sort of a carry. Yeah, they get him. They only kill the Silencer. They do pressure mid a bit, so that's nice. The tower is killed, but overall, you're not happy with the trade. If you're Spirit Breaker, you don't want to be dying like that. By the way, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
It's like a meta question. If you had a lot of lag, if you were lagging, you know, if you were seeing every third frame like someone might be seeing right now, which hero would you like to play the most, and which hero you wouldn't like to play at all?
So what you're saying is if I had packet loss,
yeah, more or less.
The most I would probably play Sniper because he just doesn't care. The least, I don't know, maybe Meepo. Meepo would be probably pretty heady to play. Meanwhile, there's a Song in the bottom lane with the Global Silence onto Nothing to Say. Pango's gonna drop. He didn't even have the chance to look at all the thirds of a frame as he's lost his life already. They're not done yet. They're going in deeper. Boboka and JT inside the deeper side of the jungle. X-Nova right in front of the tier 2 tower. Looks like they are gonna get. Looks like they are gonna get away. Phoenix is not safe yet. Or they see the courier. They know where he is. They find him. He's trying to go for the TP out. The chains. The chains doesn't get to use them. Too far away.
Easy tower. Can they take it?
Maybe a techie skill. JT going for the Nether Strike. Gets cancelled for a second. Continues his right-clicking spree. The tasering him. Silencer. He's just going to take the attention away so that the others can escape.
That ward, though, that ward. He manages to do one last thing before he dies. Yeah, maybe a little bit overcommitted, but at the same time, forced all the rotations down bottom. Naga goes top. She now has an Orchid as well. Now this hero is active too. Up to this point, she wasn't truly. Like, she was just a, you know, okay, I have some illusions that hurt you, but that's it. Now she's scary even for the Morphling. He doesn't have Manta. yet, but never mind. The Manta is there. So the Orchid, it came in the same time as Manta.
Yeah, the items are slowly but surely coming online for both of these teams' cores. Naga runs in with the Orchid onto Monet, but there's that fresh Manta popped, and look at Monet fighting against Lou, and Lou has to run. Gonna get hit by the ensnare as well from Monet, turning into a Naga Siren himself, and forcing him away with 300 HP. X-Nova has everything on cooldown, but here comes Nothing to Say. Hits the creep wave instead of forward, and there we go. Onto the Naga, they get the closure, get him killed. Ori, meanwhile, finishes off JT in a separate fight. And also
JT was
they got the FY as well, yeah.
JT was going for the techies. He was in the world of his own. Meanwhile, Naga is dying, and that's what I kind of mentioned earlier about Naga. Like you get to this, I don't know, item, Orchid Manta, and you're supposed to be strong against Morphling, like supposed to be, but he still owns you. And this smoke, they're coming into the pit.
It's close. It's going to be very close. Roche is already down to 3,000 HP. Magnus in the front. Bach, does he just charge right away? And they still have time. They still have a bit of time. Ori going into the pit. The RP connecting onto two. Beautiful connection from Bach. And Ori takes the Aegis on the side of Azure, but they're turning around with the damage. Monet trying to fight all the way to the end. Maybe get a kill for himself, but right now just looks like he's going to have to teleport out, and he's going to be able to get away. But G2.iG, disaster strikes out. JT still going through. Finds a kill for himself. Soulbind connected onto two. Nice X well stunned, but Lou with the song of her interrupting them as Ori finding the backline takes down Baboka. X-Nova, nothing left to give. FY throwing in a couple mines, and JT, he's got nowhere to run. Kills going back and forth, but Azure Ray secure both Roshan, the Aegis, and a 3-1 trade.
I like the song of her people. That's probably the most significant play Blue has made. It looked like they might recover a bit. It looked like they might recover that fight, I mean, a little bit. Kill off two supports, but the song saves them. Nicely done by Lu. Overall, G2.iG, I'm not sure. That rush was... Yeah, sure, Naga was dead, but... that's just not something you do, I feel like. You don't see anything on the map. They're obviously smoked up. You're playing into global plus RP. If you get that Aegis, the game feels super good to you. But if you don't get it, the game is ruined. It's not over, of course. Nowhere near, but... They were in full control, and they no longer are.
This game continues to be even in a way. We're still waiting for the big power spikes here. That is basically could say power spike timing is about around now for this Morphling especially. The big threat factor of the quick nuke damage. You have JT, we already saw him charging in, just deleting heroes that are less than 30% HP. And that Shadow Blade giving that extra bit of pump. They're stalking the Morphling here without a smoke. Blocked by his own creep wave. But, you know, try to catch Liquid. Might be an artist,
Adios.
but you can't play with water.
Adios, payasos. That's what, if he had the voice lines,
that would have fit the moment, yeah.
Yeah.
Ori waddles up an illusion rune. Grimstroke quickly removing the chains off of him. Ori's still going for a bit of a hunt. Extra poke. They can get this tier 1 tower from mid. Open up the map just a little bit more. Days of Roche Pit in the river and tier 1's importance.
Of course.
It's night and day to today's Dota. Tier 1 feels so meaningless now. At least in mid.
Yep. Do you remember the pit, Roche Pit? When it was actually the pit next to tier 1 tower. Mid lane tier 1 tower.
Yeah, the mid lane, yeah.
On the right. And the secret shop was just above it as well. Someone is
everything
doing
in one place.
Yeah, someone is doing Roche and you can stalk them from the cliff to the side. I see you.
Yeah, if that was in today's Dota, that would be so abusable. Thankfully, the game keeps on pushing forward. They found JT, or at least they have a hunch. As he pops his Shadow Blade, they won't be able to connect onto him.
Those were some good days, man. You know?
The golden days.
Truly. Cool. That's literally so. Script right now is writing to us. Remember Alliance?
He is, yeah.
That's literally
Swedish pride.
Literally what was on my mind. Like, of course.
Oh,
I still
that is
remember
exactly what it is.
The Nature's Prophet bait. As Phoenix dies here, right?
The level 1 Roshans. Even some of the like we're talking about close qualifiers, right? It's not the biggest of venues. There's been so many open qualifier games back in the day where you just went for a level 1 push strat down mid and you called GG at 4 or 5 minutes if it didn't work.
Yep. The good old, what was it, like Io Ursa, Wraith King Ursa,
Baden.
Lone Nature's Prophet from Alliance taking Grosh, just
those are
everything.
Those are the ones. Yeah. Skirfish, he's just bombarding us with facts here. He knows his Swedish lore. Oh man, I wish you guys would be seeing this, but he's serious about this.
We triggered the Swede.
Yes, we triggered the Swede, for sure. 4 smoked up on the side of IG, 3 on the side of Azure Ray. Quick dust there from the silencer. Song used early, but nothing to stay. He's found 2. They're trying to stay hidden. Bach is also spotted out now. You know where the RP man is. Got Morphling coming in from the high ground position. There's 2 separate fights. Bach will find the connection on the Pango. Pango gets silenced up. He's down to 500 HP and gets bursted down. Doesn't get the chance to get away at all. And meanwhile, JT, he's also been dropped very low in the lane. Loom on the chase. They take down Xian Ming, looking for the RP. Pops out the Manta, baits it out before he drops the RP. But JT interrupting for the time being. Now turning around. They got the egg placed down as well. Azure Ray will lose a second member. Fighting against the egg. Can they destroy it? Yes, they can. And they've got Monet in the front with the Morphling, just baiting out spells. Boboka trying to reposition, and JT charging as soon as he can, as many times as he possibly could. But this Morphling running out of juice, running out of firepower, running out of HP, dodging the adaptive strike charge from JT. JT trying to finish off Lou. So close to getting it. He can't get to him. Gets swept up. His hooves are stuck between each other's with the nets on him. And there we go. JT gets kited to death. And Azure Ray, big victory in the end. Could have gone either way, Lizard. I hope Lizard's still here. I hope I didn't crash his PC.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, he is here. Thank God.
Yeah, my microphone got muted for some reason. But yeah, that fight was just a pleasure to watch. It was all down to split seconds. Like the way that Morphling dies, he could easily, if there's a split second difference, he kills the Naga. He doesn't die if there's a charge just a little bit earlier. Also, the way that JT dies on his Spirit Breaker, literally needed 1 second and he has the charge again. If he had that charge again, Naga is dead. So just milliseconds really mattered there for AR. But that's usually how it goes in Dota, right? The game doesn't last that long, so every second...
Every second counts.
Counts, exactly. Now that Naga is going to be way more difficult to kill. She's going for the Disperser, and should have it in
But that's a huge fight for Azure Ray, because they finally built themselves a proper economic lead. Naga finishing the Disperser, and now, of course, these BKBs coming online. You've got the 8 seconds BKB already in Ember. Magnus has a fresh 9-second BKB available. And they're trying to look for Roshan. Roshan timer is going to be 33 seconds. So, nighttime Roshan it is.
I have to say that in a game such as this one, I would rather have... It's not very often that I would rather have a fed Phoenix, but this game I would rather have Lotus on Grimstroke and Shivas on Phoenix than Yules on Phoenix and this half Aghanims on Broke. You know what I mean? Like, it's just...
Half Aghanims?
Yeah, he doesn't have it yet. He's building towards it. he will have it for the next fight. But in any case, just having to be this defensive in next one on Phoenix feels bad, because you could do so much with aggressive items. They would do quite a lot against the Naga, against all of them.
Well, they're already inside the Roche pit, but this Roche will go for Azure, despite the smoke coming in. Let's see what IG or G2.iG want to do. Do they just turn around? Does seem like it. Aegis for Lu and a cheese for the Ember. So, Toil and Trouble is coming towards the Radiant side.
Yeah, they do have the Agams now in the bulk, so we'll see if the illusions do a lot. Dark Portrait will be casted on Naga, of course. It can be useful, but like, she has a lot of active items. It's not like she's some, you know, Butterfly, Skadi, the Fanaga.
And establish some control over the area of IG's side of the map. IG not really getting to split that much. It's pretty much just the Spirit Breaker moving around, cutting waves, slowing down the inevitable Azure Ray push. They're gonna have to meet at some point. But when does that squaffle happen? Daytime in 10 seconds.
Look at that Portrait go. Run, FY! Run, boy! Look at that. That hurts, man. He's gonna have to...
Very strong.
They need to help him, yeah.
I love how they're just trying to slow it down with the Disperser. Like, nuh-uh. Nuh-uh, FY. Down a half HP.
They have Glimmer Capes, at least, you know. Like, one Glimmer, Solar Crest saves you a bit.
Alright, giving ideas for Ice Frog. Dark Portrait can use items in next patch.
Yeah, or has true sight all the time.
True sight all the time, man.
I feel like if we went on Silencer, that could have been a kill, but he didn't see the sounds all the time.
Yeah, Silencer with a rushed Refresher Orb. Love it.
Yep. Probably one of those heroes. It's Silencer and it's, well, Phoenix. These two heroes can still justify rushing. Just rushing the Refresher Orb, so...
Yeah, he's role-playing the Fountain R Silencer. Press Alt, you die, you buy back, you ult again. Or, you just kill Silencer, he buys back, and we still have the same problem as we had when we engaged.
Yeah, because he can't use it right now, can he? Like, 450 plus 350, that's 800. 1200 minus 800.
Yeah, he needs 1,200 mana. Or 1,250 mana.
No, he needs more, yeah, he needs more. So he doesn't have it, but he has a magic wand. Or here you go, Lotus Pool. He'll be able to. With Lotus Pool, he'll be able to.
They got 4 mangoes in stock. You could just buy those. Okay, he's got the Lotuses. That should be enough. Bach. Protecting in front of his tier 2 tower. Pops his invis right next to JT, who's under a sentry right now. And gonna get caught by the harpoon, so a bit of a battle between these two. And backup is on its way. FY is here. Looking to punish JT. Goes for the blast off. Doesn't quite connect. They're gonna use the RP for him. Want to secure this kill with all the mines laid down onto the ground. And Xianming also wanting a piece of that assist gold on the Silencer.
Can they find anything on the mid lane? You do see Lu, he's there, but he has an Aegis for a minute longer, so can't really try and kill him.
But at least by the time Spirit Breaker is dead, all the lanes are pushing back in towards G2.iG's base. Azure Ray looking towards that tier 2 in the mid. 1 minute left on Aegis. Haven't really been able to find a big team fight with it. It's given some protection and some sense of security for Lu. Not really able to find a lot of kills this game on this Naga, but it's not really the Naga's job to kill everyone. Just drop them low enough so the rest of the team can clean them out. Meanwhile, Ori, 12, 1, and 7. 19 out of the 22 kills for Azure Ray the Ember has been a part of. Nice percentage. There we go. Oh, they're going to be used. They got the push onto the Phoenix. Phoenix fuels himself into the air. Doesn't get the chance to pop the egg. Nice charge from JT, buying some time, but Phoenix will drop. And Lou trying to force a potential buyback off of the Phoenix, but it doesn't happen. Goes back to the low ground.
That's not worth it. I feel like 40 seconds for when Phoenix is up, you won't be able. You already took tier 2 towers, so you just used both of your globals. I mean, it's a nice kill, sure, but it doesn't really change the state of the game, and if nothing else, it gives IG an opportunity to smoke up and make a play. And I think that's coming.
We have Kanda on the Morphling.
Yeah, he's got Kanda. There's a big Spirit Breaker, level 20 Spirit Breaker. This is pretty much smoke time. Yeah, they smoke. The only problem in a situation such as this one, when you're playing Radiant, is you have this Naga just split pushing every single lane, because you were stuck in the base, you couldn't get out. You have techies setting up mines, like smoking out and doing anything. Like, good job to IG to actually finding a way to do it. This
Lou walking in, JT right and pops the invis right there and almost gets the song off on time. Can they get this Naga kill? Would be absolutely huge. Detection is placed down as well, but she's in the low ground. Monet goes in for the big adaptive strike and takes the snipe, kills this Naga Siren. And the rest of Azure Ray don't have much to do right now as G2.iG, they clean out the big core out of the way. That's a lot of gold too.
Yeah. I mean, both teams in this specific situation did exactly what they should. Like, the rest of Azure fell back because there's nothing for them to do where Naga is cleaning up the 3 lanes. They don't have to protect her, and Techies is also there setting up mines. They just forgot this one path through the top lane. They didn't protect it, and that's literally the only reason. Nicely done by G2.iG, reading that and going for the wraparound. Really nicely done. That's the only way they get to Naga. Much harder than it looked. It wasn't just a smoke, you know. There's a smoke and go out.
There's a DD on Ori. Can they kill Monet? Oh, JT spots them first, goes in, but the chain's coming out from Ori, preventing this JT Spirit Breaker from going through towards the back. And there goes the Glyph as well. There was a moment with that DD on the Ember, if they got an opening, but they're going to let it go this time. This one lane ward right here, giving that extra vision to catch a glimpse off of the Magnus, and they have to instantly retreat.
Yep, there is a smoke though. There is a double global now again. If you're IG, I feel like someone needs to die. You need to sacrifice someone in these next for this next fight. If Phoenix dies again, that would be like so good. Let him die for 2 globals. Who cares? Oh,
could be an awkward timing with this because there's trouble coming up ahead. Ori already had that taser pop. Doesn't quite time to kill the Phoenix. If that happened 2 seconds later, Ember could have just gotten 2 kills.
Yeah, he was one sleight of fist away.
Yeah,
from
a dollar short, a slate too late.
Yep, very close, but close enough.
But a 16k lead for Azure. Nevertheless, this game still doesn't feel like it's fully in their control. They just have 10,000 more net worth Naga, the classic Naga dead worth. Is it or is it not? Otherwise, it's pretty much a 6k difference if we don't think about the Naga that much. 40 seconds for Roche. Smoke coming up from G2.iG. You see the ceremonial aura on these creeps, so Monet reveals himself. Ori on the left. So is Bach there as well. JT gonna get hit by the chains. He's got the Ink Swan on top of him. Global Silence will be popped. RP turning around for a big opportunity here, but Techi's gonna be also connected at the back. The Dark Portrait is him apart. And Ori will take down Nothing to Say, and so does FY Fall. But the buyback coming up from the Techies at the same time. Phoenix gonna get blown up right away. And there's the song from Lou. They're going to go for the chase, trying to catch JT. Do they have any mobility to catch someone here? Boboka, Grimstroke is caught. Just dropped the Soulbind, but it's not really doing too much. His life is forfeit. And G2.iG losing 3 heroes Forcing out the buyback, of course, off of FY, but he's going to spot that, hey, Roche is home.
Perfect. Perfect timing. Both teams obviously knew that. That's why the clash even happened around the Roche pit. Nice portrait, but they committed so much into killing techies that it didn't matter in the end. They lost the Pangolier. I feel like all these defensive items are used on everyone else and he's left alone. And he has the Disperser to work with, but it's not good enough. X-Nova, he really needs to get to the Lotus that he's buying sooner than later. Right, that would be a game changer. If they had another Lotus on someone else, you can see that Grimstroke is buying one too. Basically, that's the most important item for them to buy on supports.
And now holding on to a double is the Axe buff given to Mr. Bach. So we're going to get to see some collapse action with that horn toss. Collapse the staple for offlane, but Bach definitely is he's not a new name. He is not a new name to the game at all.
He's a classic.
One is a legend, the other's a classic. Almost feel like putting them both on the same pedestal. Let's see what we can...
What does Naga buy more? Tell me, Mr. T-Panda.
I mean...
What would you like to see?
What would I like to see on Luke?
Yes.
That's a tough question here. I can't tell you. I honestly don't know what he could do. Like, does he want to hold on to this Eternal Shroud because of the magic resistance? Does he want to swap it for something else? Or he has what he wants. I mean, does Butterfly really have any effect this late into the game when Morphling has Conda? Just ignores it completely? Do you even want that item? Probably not. BKB could be an option, but hey, they got themselves a Spirit Breaker. JT BKBs himself up on the low ground. Lu, Bah, and FY slowly making work here, but here comes Ori. The chains are coming out. The Song is there as well. Perfect setup. 4 heroes caught in it. Nothing to say. Can he get himself there in time as he's trying to save the team? JT, what a beautiful RP coming out from Bah as well. But they've got Monet in the middle. Monet with his own skewer into the charge. Ori dropping low. Ori taken down. Monet fighting for his life. And Bah also being controlled. But these buybacks will allow them to fight. They need more. They need Lu. And they need to get Aegis first out of the way. He's trying to make a run for it. Monet charging around with that skewer. So is JT almost ready to go in again onto Lu. But that Linken's is up. They need to pop it first. They need to get it out of the way. Nothing to say with the Link onto the side. And Lu still juking around in the trees, making them work for their money. Look at him go! Lu on an absolute need for speed, most wanted chase here. The Bandit gets out. They're still not done with him. They see he's glimpsed away. He's driving into the sunset. And he's out.
He's out. Yeah, that's kind of that they didn't manage to clean up the Naga. That would be the major kill that they really needed, because they used, what, 2-3 buybacks too, I believe, JT and Baboka. If they only got the Naga. Yeah, if they only got the Naga, then even without the buybacks, that's kind of okay. But like this, yeah, you're feeling good, you defended. But you're in a pretty weak spot, because once they respawn, once the globals are up, they're gonna do the same thing all over again, and you won't have the buybacks. However, there will be a significant difference in the next team fight. You should have the Lotus Orbs completed on both your supports. So Phoenix now has one. Baboka will have it too. Your Monet Morphling now has a Satanic as well. So the team fight does change significantly. Like, you can't just easily destroy everyone with one global RP. Also, Pango has an Aghanims, so the Lu will suffer a little bit more. Overall, they are reaching the items that they needed to reach, but I feel like it's a little bit too late. We'll see how it goes.
We still don't see what Lu wants to buy. He's bought himself Boots of Travels 1, and he also has, for his other foot, still has the Power Treads in his backpack. Probably too bit around that he's not going to get rid of those power trades anytime soon.
Yeah, he'll sell them eventually.
Eventually, yeah. I feel like Rapier is probably not the way to go. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about something. Nullifier. Okay. Are you happy with Nullifier, Naga?
Yeah, I think I am. It's probably the best he could have gotten to make a difference versus all these defensive items. It's not only about, of course, it's about all the buffs that they have on IG, so Nullifier makes a difference.
Makes it handy for sure. At least in terms of killing this Phoenix, getting the Phoenix out of the way, holding JT on the spot. JT with a Wind Waker now on this this Spirit Breaker. And a 5-man smoke from G2.iG, hoping to capitalize. Ori scouted out in mid. JT is charging away for the time being. He just getting the wave out. Monet, Shield Rune, trying to bait Ori. Well, that is... I mean, look at Monet. He's got a 3.3k shield after he went max strength gain. On top of the 2 points, he has 6,000 HP and then a BKB and a Satanic. How fair is that?
Yep. Because he morphed full strength when he took the shield, right? So he had like 6,000 HP taking it.
How is that balanced, Scriff?
Oh, don't trigger the Swede. Let him observe in peace.
Let him be. Oh, he's been resting for a while now. He's gonna get agitated. You will go to Yale. Ori, right nearby as Monet is pushing the top wave in, and you know, with a shield rune like that, you are feeling pretty comfortable of just doing a bit of extra sieging here. He's not actually gonna go straight to the high ground, knowing that that shield is gonna run in a couple seconds. And we're gonna wait for yet again another Roshan. A bit over a minute for the minimum timer.
Yep. Going high ground anyway is... If you don't have buybacks, you would be going high ground into 2 ultimates from Silencer, 2 ultimates from... Well, 1 from Magnus, but still. I would highly recommend against doing the high ground push here. However, on this ward, now that you see Ember...
JT
could be really
on the hunt, he's found the... Now they just need to connect everything as they do. The silence is there for the BKB, and also Bach with a quick reaction RP. We'll block out Monet and JT for the time being. Lou in the middle of them with that Dark Portrait soaking up every single one of them out of the way.
That wasn't that bad for them. The mid lane is pushing in, so if they don't go... basically what they are trying to do here with staying around the enemy base like this is they know there's a minefield around the Rosh pit, they know they're gonna struggle going into the pit against all the vision, but they can force them. Ember, like this maybe.
Oh, maybe that's a way to do it. But it is Monet. Quick snipe with the team to take down Ori.
That's really smart, I love what they're doing. I questioned them going high ground, but it's not about the high ground, it's about just taking a fight where you can, where you have vision. However, Lu, nicely done by him as well, realizing what's happening, realizing that he can't just sit in the pit. He has travels after all, so...
Yep.
Oh, he's both.
Gonna do a bit of pushing. That melee Rax is actually taking a hefty amount of damage from these illusions, and JT can't just sit there and clear them. They're gonna have to use a glyph for it. Meanwhile, a fight breaking loose in top. Bach got the skewer onto Monet. The global silence is gonna be used as well. Does have the strength gain going at the time, and he's still at 4,000 HP. So Monet is fine, forcing out the BKB off of Bach.
Yeah, forcing out a buyback as well from
and
Ember.
the buyback from Ori. Yeah, missed that one.
I think that's probably the biggest deal there. They didn't lose the Raxes. They forced the buyback.
They're still smoked.
But they're not in the best position at the moment. Like when you look at Radiant, you don't have vision, you can't contest. Well, actually, you do have a ward, but it's gonna be hard for you to contest.
Roche is alive.
Pit.
Lou going straight.
There's no global.
Straight into the Roach pit. Yeah, no global for 40. Refresher also a cooldown for 60 seconds. JT, long charge in, gets the connection, the Inkswell on top of it as well, but there is a save coming out from FY, and the song from Lou. Roche is also down to 5,000 HP, and they've got themselves JT. JT Wind Waker's himself away, nothing to say with the Rolling Thunder, trying to get the connection onto Lou. Lou's going to be very low on HP with the Naga, trying to run away, but this time, they're not going to get him out. He will drop, and Naga out, coming in with a buyback, instantly returning into the fight. They're also controlling the Silencer in the back, and Silencer gone for 70 seconds. G2.iG fighting tooth and nail. That's JT. He's on top of Ori. He's on top of Lou, who just bought back. They can't lose this Naga right now. Monet is going to be on top of him as well. Bach goes in for the RP. They got the Morphling stuck on the spot, but they don't have the damage. Nobody's hitting Monet right now, and they will have to reconsider. Lou? Is this a fight worth winning? Is this a fight we can take? Lou's going out. Bach with the help of Ori. Nothing to say, dropping low. JT with another charge. Then nothing to say will drop. He comes instantly back with the buyback. And Monet fighting it out versus Lou. Naga versus Naga. Illusions all over the place. And Monet going to get caught by the ensnare as well. With Ori and FY coming into the action. And Monet, the raid boss is down. Azure Ray, it comes with a heavy cost. But a win is a win. And Roche yet again secure.
Yeah, they're going to get the Aegis Agnes and Cheese. The next fight will still be kind of difficult for them because there will be no buybacks, or they can just chill now, right? Like just relax and chill until they have everything once again. By the way, I feel like from Bitting was good that fight up to a certain point, up to a point in which Monet felt too strong and he started chasing Naga. Like that decision right there kind of ruined them. Moment he goes for Naga, his back completely opened, and Ember and Magnus can just wreak havoc on the supports on Pango, and that's what they did. Like, if Morphling is covering them, if Morphling is hitting, I don't know, Ember or Magnus instead, then Naga has to come. And if Naga is coming to you, the illusions don't matter because you have your teammates to deal with the illusions. But if you go on, if you go on a wild goose chase, then it's bad.
Yeah, it's the hunger of he just bought back. If I kill him here, that's game. JT. He's getting for the nullifier. Bach going in for the play. Cause the horn toss. Phoenix brought in. Egg is available. Hexed up. Won't be able to get it. Global with the refresher. Other rules being used there by Phoenix, and X-Nova just needs a little bit more time. Not going to get it coming up with the buyback. Nothing to going to be caught with the ensnare. JT, beautiful charge, but can they get nothing to say away? Yes, they can. They're going to get him out of the way. JT charging back and forth. They've got Bob pushing him around. Grimshaw coming up with the buyback as well. The supports are going to be returning into the base of IG and trying to keep the pressure up. Ori, the song comes in clutch for Lou, and the rest of Azure Ray. They've dealt the damage and they're out of there.
They took what, one Rax, they forced 2 buybacks. Feeling pretty good about that. Will there be a smoke? Everyone is up. Like, you could go for a play here now.
Yeah, the stress levels on G2.iG now. It's like, we're running out of time, we're running out of options.
Yeah, they have 1 melee and 1 range Rax.
And only so limited buybacks too. It's only on the Spirit Breaker, as Morphling can't afford.
Did he buy out the butterfly or what? Yeah, he bought out butterfly. Okay. He's really difficult to kill, so...
Yeah, and Lou is actually going for the butterfly here. So I guess I have, like, I don't know, my age isn't probably the best to give in here, Lizard. But me thinking the butterfly was just like, it feels like the way to go.
No one is buying MKBs anyway in this game. Like, you have some ways of dealing with the evasion, but butterfly is just too good anyway. I feel if you're Morphling, buying a butterfly is a no-brainer. You're playing into a Naga. For Naga, yeah, it's just a standard item.
Well, 52 minutes into game number 1 of this series. Still a 26k economic lead going in the way of Azure Ray. 1 lane away from picking up a Mega Creeps inside G2.iG space. But again, it does come down to the small margins of how do these fights start. Who in the end is going to be the one standing tall. Because they have been going pretty back and forth.
Probably those small margins are decided usually by supports, and right now if you look at how much they're doing on both sides, yeah, Portrait is great, but you had to go defensive. You went for the Lotus afterwards.
Monet. Ooh, this is scary. The Morphling gonna get caught and pushed very deep in, but they got the global silence forced out. Song also used by Lu. Can they keep him busy? Can they prevent him from getting away? He's got no TP for 18 seconds as well, and Azure Ray, they know it. He can't get out. They're going to stand their ground. Ori jumping the backline, going for straight for Baboka. RP as well, coming out on 2. JT again gets the charge, pushes them away. My game has just crashed. Okay, it's not crashed. We're back in with the egg. There's just so much stuff happening at the same time. They've already lost 2 on the side of IG, but can they continue this fight to the end? Lu, he's down to 400 HP, still has the Aegis for himself as well. They get the connection, and they will find this Aegis kill, or can they? 200 HP remaining. I'm not sure if you can hear me anymore because it's a slideshow for me as well, sir. Oh boy, FY absolutely just kiting them up in the spot. They've killed the Morphling, forcing out the buyback. JT's about to drop. Oh man.
There's a buyback on Spirit Breaker. He's not using it yet. They just need to high ground at this point, but this game feels very over. They aren't able to finish anyone off. I feel like they're just missing that oomph, that one extra hero to dish out the damage, to dish out the control. Bach just disappears every time with Shadow Blade moves away. Naga doesn't die even. Like, okay, you lose the Aegis, but that's it.
Oh, but they got the JT on the spot. Nothing to say. 7 seconds for his ulti. They've lost JT. He just died back, and it's now down to nothing to say on Monet. They won't be able to do enough. Not necessarily. The heavy weights on their shoulders here. 2 versus 4. Nothing to say, getting stuck on the edge of the high ground as well, and that ulti is about to run out. But he does manage to dodge the song. Monet does right-click very hard with that Conda. Big nukes as well, but these Lincolns are an issue. Tier 4s are dropping. Azure Ray looking for the victory. Just a couple more seconds for the supports to come back up, but does it really give them that big advantage on AR? Considering, do we go out or do we go back in? We go for Monet. The Hex is going to be there. It's 6,000 HP. They need to burst through. They got the global silence connected. BKB comes through. Another RP from Ba. 2,000 HP to go. Satanic is available, but he doesn't have the damage, and he doesn't have a life to give.
GG.
And that is game. Azure Ray will take the first in this best of 3.
Really nicely done by both of these teams. Like, this is probably the best Dota I've seen in a bit, even though it was riddled by